I'm Clarence Barnes.
And I'm Mike Robledo. This is REV'N News, and we're at the big one.
That's right. From Columbus, Ohio, this is the Good Guys Nationals.
Good Guys Nationals, Columbus, Ohio. This is an amazing show, Clarence. 6,500 cars, every possible make and model. It really is amazing.
Yeah, you know what I love about Good Guys is you get to meet all the people who build so many of the cars you see on TV. You know, Good Guys has been in the game for a long time. It's the biggest car show in America. It goes coast to coast, 20 shows each year and border to border. And this is known as the big one for a reason. I mean, when you see all the pro builders show out to this event, thousands of people make it to one place. We had police escorts coming in today just to get the bus onto the site, and the car's simply amazing.
It really is. You see people lined up at the crack of dawn in lawn chairs all up and down the boulevard just watching all the cars come in here. It is something really to be seen. If you have not been to this show, and it's been going for 18 years now, you really need to come and check this out. This is a bucket list show for sure.
Now, the Good Guys is cars, hot rods, muscle cars up to 1972. And there are several competitions going on for the best car of show that, I mean, when you see all these cars in one spot, it's really amazing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of little features to this show. It's not just a car show. There's an autocross going on. Last night they had vintage drags. There's a swap meet. There's a vendor alley. There really is something for everyone here. 300 vendors right here at the Good Guys. It's an amazing opportunity to have chats right with the manufacturers, Clarence.
I get a chance to walk up to the guys right on the label. You love vendors? I love going through each and every one and finding out new stuff. In fact, Mothers, something very new. Take a look at this. You couldn't go to Good Guys without stopping by Mothers. Not only are there amazing rides outside Good Guys all the time, but, you know, Mothers has been seen on so many of these rides, and, you know, you guys are here for every show, right?
We are. We come here every year, and we do about 27 shows a year, and that's what we do, is we kind of go out and educate the public on how to take care of the rides, and a lot of them have generation after generation, so we get to meet the grandkids and the dad and the grandfather, and they're all showing off their ride, and we're showing them how to keep them looking good.
Hey, in a nutshell, what's going on for 2016 as we look ahead for Mothers? What's real hot for you guys?
You know, right now we're coming out with some cool products I'm really not allowed to talk about, but it has to do with not using as much water because Californians kind of getting aggressive and not using a lot of water and still being able to take care of your cars. But there's some really amazing products coming out and be able to take care of your cars and actually care about the environment at the same time.
Well, the king of the power cone, the power ball, and Jonathan from Mothers, thank you so much for being along at Good Guys.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
Good Guys National draws out a ton of wheel manufacturers. One of the leaders, American Racing. We had a little chat with Chris Plum to learn about autocrossing and what specifically you need to know about getting wheels for that sport. We're here with Chris from American Racing. American Racing is a leader when it comes to wheels for this marketplace. What are you seeing out here at the show that's new and hot?
Well, we're seeing a lot of finishes. A lot of guys are doing things other than a polished wheel these days. So a lot of crazy finishes, a lot of bronzes, a lot of brushed, and so we're really looking forward to doing a lot of that.
Nice. So there's a huge movement with autocross with the muscle car guys. Is that changing manufacturing, how you guys think about making wheels?
It is. We're starting to make wheels with more brake clearance. We're looking for lightweight. That's important now with the autocross crowd. And more spokey, open designs. So we're really targeting those autocross customers now.
Is there some things people need to think about? Hey, I'm building a car, I'm thinking about going autocrossing. Should they avoid three-piece, anything like that?
The main thing to look forward to, like I said, is brake clearance. We want to make sure that those wheels have enough clearance for those bigger brakes these guys are running, but also lighter weight. So be it a two-piece or three-piece, you want to get the lightest wheel you possibly can.
Sure, but there's no problems with structural rigidity or anything like that?
No. Wheels should be tested to be strong enough, two-piece or three-piece, so no issues there.
So you guys are always innovating, always coming out with new wheels. What's coming up on the horizon? What's new here at the show?
Well, we've got some new forged wheels that we're showing. That's kind of our latest addition to our product line. So we're really showing that. We're going to continue that trend. So you're going to see a lot more Pro Touring, a lot more forged two-piece wheels coming from American Racing.
Great to see these amazingly built cars doing it on the track now.
Beautiful.
Really great stuff.
Yeah, there's some great stuff out there. Amazing cars at this show. This show never disappoints. And I can't wait to get out there and see some more.
Excellent. I appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Greg Carpy from Dakota Digital. And, you know, I've seen your products. You know, we were over checking out some of the show cars they had out that were in the battle today. Sure. And there were a lot of your products spread out there. Tell me what separates you guys from everybody else.
You know, we really pride ourselves on our instrument systems. Our main bread and butter is direct fit systems. So we'll say we're going to build a system for 66 Chevy truck. We'll go buy a 66 Chevy truck dash, pull it apart, and we reverse engineer it off of that. So the fit and finish is very important. The electronics that go in it are very important to us. So made in the USA, lifetime warranty, and making sure it's right the first time right out of the box.
That's the one thing I noticed, because when you see the fitment, it's like perfect. It looks like it grew there. Right. So you take them all apart and then they cast them, or how does that work?
Our engineers will actually draw it in a CAD file, or CAD program rather, and you know, map the mounting points, any subtle radiuses. A lot of things you wouldn't even notice. You just think, well, it's 6 gauges in the dash. But there's a lot of intricacies that the OEMs put in there as far as gauges placement and where they're pointed and what have you. So there's a lot to it that you wouldn't notice. So.
Well, we're checking out some of your stuff. What are you most proud of so far in 2015 for gauges?
I'm still a big fan of our black face with the white backlighting in our VHX series. We came out with that several years ago and then finally added a more classic look to it, a more traditional look with a black background and then white backlighting.
One of the biggest shows of the year, without a doubt. We're here with Adam from Ford Performance. How's the show going for you guys so far?
Excellent. It's going well. You know, it's a great show to go to. Large Good Guys show, so we got a lot of really excited people here.
So is this a key event for Ford to come out every year?
It is. It is. We go every year. There's a lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of enthusiasm, so we like to go to those events. You know, a lot of excited, you know, people that are really excited for cars in general and for the Ford product.
You know, I would have to think that you guys have at least a third of the population here of fans, but I'm sure you're here to convert some of the other makes into Ford fans.
Absolutely. You know, we want to get out there and we want to really get the enthusiasm, not just for Ford Performance, but Ford Motor Company as a whole. And our product line, you know, couldn't be better today. So we really want to get out and we really want to make people excited for the brand. If we can convert some people over, that's great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a key part of this event, without a doubt. So what do we have here? We have an amazing looking Mustang. It's equipped not like a stock Mustang, though.
Absolutely. So what we did on this car is we took a stock 2015 GT with the Performance Pack option, and we put, you know, we really got it excited, put some Ford Performance parts on it. So we put our supercharger kit on. It's also got our track handling pack on it, which gives us the ride height, the stance, and really the drivability that you want on a track car. It's also got a really nice performance exhaust system on it, so you really have a really nice sport tune to it. So a lot of exciting products on this car.
I would have to think, if you're contemplating buying a new car and you're a hot rod guy, having warranty and having it all prepped from Ford has to be a key part of your decision-making process.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, when you buy this supercharger kit on this car, you have an option to buy, you know, purchase a warranty, which guarantees that if anything does happen, you're going to be covered. So, you know, you can take it and get it fixed, you know, really. So if something were to happen, we don't foresee that happening. And we've had, you know, really great success with these vehicles. So, but that really gives a sense of comfort and really to go out and soup up your car.
Sure. Ford is financing your hobby, which I always enjoy. You got to kind of get into
absolutely. it. Absolutely, it's a really fun thing, you know. And you get one of these cars, you know, it runs great from the factory, and to take it that next step, it's just an unbelievable experience.
I really enjoy it. I'm sure the fans love having the opportunity to talk to Ford directly at events like this. Is this one of many shows for you guys in the year?
Absolutely. We cover the country, so we try to get a real broad range of different shows throughout the country, you know, and you know, we'd love to get out, talk to the enthusiasts, really build excitement for the brand, answer questions if anybody has any, and you know, we try to get out and as much as we can throughout the year.
Excellent. I'm sure the Blue Oval fans will enjoy seeing Ford at many more events to come.
Absolutely. And we'll be there. We'll be building the brand, so, you know, go out and get to your local dealer.
Excellent. Thank you for your time, Adam. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Hi, this is Isabella, and you're watching REV'N News.
This is the 18th annual PPG Nationals. Good guys, they call it the big one. And here to talk about this, Mark Metters. You know, when you think of Good Guys, you are the family that created this. And, you know, we were talking about this earlier. It's not something you could just say, oh, Good Guys, that car show. This is wall to wall, coast to coast, border to border. How many shows a year?
21 events a year in 13 states.
Wow. That
Yeah.
is amazing.
It's awesome.
You know, this year here in Columbus, we've had over 6,500 cars. As far as you can see, we're on top of one of the transport trailers, and it's a sea of just like an amazing array of colors and excitement and people. You know, it's a real family event.
It is. It's, you know, it's all about cars and family fun. Ohio is the place. You draw a 100-mile circle around Ohio, and you touch a lot of car people and a lot of spectators, and they're all here today, as you can see.
Let's talk about the history of Good Guys, because, you know, some people are just coming here for the first time. I met some people, they're just walking around and their head is like on a rotisserie. They're running around going, this is amazing. Like, they're just mind blown by how many pro builders, how many people. You go down vendor row, and it's not just the people who, you know, represent a company, you know, the advertising people or something like that. These are the people who are on the valve covers. They're the people on the side of the car. You know, the Ring Brothers, Alloway, all these pro builders make it here, and you're face to face with them, which is amazing.
Absolutely, and a lot of the pioneers in the sport, Edelbrock, you know, those Speedway Motors, people that built this whole industry, and we've kind of turned it into a lifestyle thing. You know, we've been in business 32 years promoting and producing events, so it takes a while to get to this level. And, you know, today is a sign of, you know, all that, all in one place, all in one weekend, and here it is in Ohio.
Let's talk about your first event. I mean, this goes back to your dad, right?
Correct. My mother and father, Gary and Marilyn Metters, founded the company 32 years ago. Their first event was in Pleasanton, California, and that's our home base where we're located. We're in, our headquarters is in Pleasanton. We employ about 32 full-time people, put together a monthly magazine, and that's where we got started, and we've slowly branched out from there. 32 years later, you know, 21 events, 13 states, monthly magazine, 70,000 members worldwide, and it's more of a lifestyle. It's not a car show, it's an experience. It's kind of the way we try and portray it.
You know, 10,000-foot view. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the hard work my mother and father put in to make it is what it is today. You know, they put every nickel back into this business to make it what it is. Their hard work and their passion is what I'm able to just keep going and drive it forward. So I'm most proud of them.
You know, my dad said, the harder you work, the luckier you are. And it sticks with me. Every time I'm like going, wow, where's the light at the end of the tunnel? Is there something your dad or your mom told you, or when you were growing up, or when you were, like, you know, in the trenches, when it's 85 degrees outside and you're standing in the middle of a racetrack or something like that? Is there something that sticks with you that keeps you going every day?
If it's something you love, which I'm sure it's something you love, doesn't feel like work, and you don't mind putting in the hours because it pays off. You make a lot of people happy, and it beats having a real job, is another saying my father used to came up with.
Boy, I'll tell you, it is not work. It is the Good Guys. If you've never been to the Good Guys, you have plenty of opportunities to make it out there. We're live at the big one from Columbus.
We're here with Nate Tovey from Tremec. How's the show going, Nate?
They call it the big show for a reason, Mike. It's going awesome. Doing great, enjoying the sun, talking transmissions. Couldn't be better.
So at shows like this, a lot of people kind of innovate and get ideas. What's coming up that's new from Tremec that maybe the average consumer doesn't know about?
Not a ton on the product front right now, but we do have a very cool new smartphone app for, you know, some of the more tech freaks out there amongst us.
It does not surprise me one bit. You guys are a technology company. It does not surprise me one bit that you have an app. What is the app all about?
The app's called the Tremec Toolbox. It's basically, you know, it's a collection of gear math related tools. You got your vehicle speed and RPM calculators, tire size calculator. Basically, you can check it out and see engine RPM, axle ratio, tire height, and plug that stuff in, depending on what your combination is. It's got all the transmissions preloaded, including the your popular GM, Muncie, Ford top loader, and whatnot. So you can compare ratios, see how it's going to affect you. You know what you can expect out of the overdrive. Probably the most popular tool in here, though, is the driveline angle finder. This is the one everybody's been buzzing about. And what this tool does is it simply records the driveline angles from your engine and transmission and your drive shaft and then your pinion out back, and is going to just do the math for you. So first we'll grab you grab your first measurement from your engine and trans, and basically it's looking for anywhere that's parallel or perpendicular to the crankshaft. And then we'll take another reading from the drive shaft, and then we'll take yet one more reading. The best way to do it would be right off the pinion, but for quick demonstration purposes, we can take one right off this differential cover, and And what this is going to do is give us our forward U-joint, rearward U-joint, and overall differential between the two. It's kind of pre-programmed. It has a window, gives you some good tips. If it's like greater than 3 degrees on the first angle or second angle, it's going to flag it red. If there's greater than 2 degrees difference between the forward and rearward angle, it'd flag it red. And again, it'll give you some tips to tell you how to go about, correcting some of those problems and sort out some of your driveline vibration issues. It may not be the world's most sophisticated tool, it doesn't beat going to a real chassis guy or whatever and having things scoped out, but for free, it's in your pocket. You can check it out and it'll get you in the ballpark.
Free is a great price for an app, and this is an iOS and Android, or just iOS right now?
No, iOS and Android. It's absolutely free. Just go into your app store, type Tremec, it'll come right up.
I love it. Excellent. Nate, I want to thank you for taking the time to chat with us today. Hope you have a good show.
Hey everybody, this is Joe Granatelli from Granatelli Motorsports, and thanks for watching REV'N News.
When you think of Good Guys, you think of hot rods. Well, this year, over 6,500 hot rods have come to one place to show their wares. Now, they're pro builders. There are all different types of rides going on this year, and I'll tell you, some of them are really, truly spectacular. Tell me a little bit about your ride.
Okay, I'm Derek Samson from Samson Design in Marshall, Missouri. This is my creation. It's a 1951 Chevrolet Business Coupe. This is actually my first car behind me here. I got this car when I was 12 years old. I actually learned how to do body work on this car in Mom and Dad's garage at home. And here we are at the PPG Nationals 2015, and this is our interpretation of a 51 Chevy we call the Business Edition. Everything on this car was custom designed, but we also wanted to make several elements of the vehicle look original. So as you can see, we've changed the headlights, we've changed a lot of things on the car. You can see the engine compartment's fully custom built, but we almost wanted to look like this was a car from the 50s that as a custom designer would have done years ago if they would have had the technology and the ideas today.
So it's like 50s look, 2015, 2016 technology. How's the ride on this?
Oh, it's fantastic. The car has modern suspension. It's air ride. It's got adjustable aluminum shocks, 4-wheel disc brakes. We can drive the car on the ground but still have the ride desired to be cool going down the road.
So let me ask you, from a builder perspective, I mean, you have some really, really big names here, some famous builders. And I mean, when you look around, all you see is just miles and miles of cars coming down here.
Yeah.
What's this mean to you and your company, your shop, to be here at Good Guys?
To be here at the PPG Nationals, it just means so much to us from Samson Design because we love coming and being around all these builders and all these great spectators. This is our chance to come be a part of all these people in this great sport.
Now, give me a little backstage, like maybe 48 hours before you made it here. What did it look like?
We had this thing in the shop up on the rack, detail on the bottom, trying to get every last little detail ready to come to this show because this is the big one for Good Guys.
All right, let's look at this car. Give me just a little rundown of some of the things that people walking by might not see their first time around, because every time I look, you see something truly, truly amazing. And just the detail on this car, the fit and the finish is outstanding.
Thank you. Yeah, we really pride ourselves on really the tiniest of the details because really our idea is that every car is made up of a lot of details. So if every detail isn't as perfect as the next one, then the car will not be truly authentic and perfect throughout. And just down to the way we did the engine compartment, everything under the hood's hand fabricated from the twin air cleaners, kind of took that design. They used to kind of do that on some of the 57 Chevys and stuff. So I kind of took that idea and did it on an early 50s car. Even down to the cover over the alternator, I fabricated the gauge cluster to match, has the same style lines in it. Actually, instead of putting Chevrolet on the valve covers, I put General Motors just to kind of give it that old classic feel like they would have done years ago. But not only does it look classic though, but everything underneath that is modern technology. That's what's so cool about it.
You know, the fit, the finish, the ride, it looks amazing. We're so happy to have you guys here.
We're here with Adam from Optima Batteries. Optima is the leader in aftermarket batteries. Adam, how is the show going today?
Oh, it's going wonderful. It's a great crowd, great venue.
Now, I would have to think that Good Guys events are a common place for Optima to come out to. Is this a regular stop on the tour?
Yeah, we're actually an associate sponsor for Good Guys Rod and Customs.
Excellent, I love it. So I would have to think that you come out here and you get a lot of ideas, you get to see what people are doing to the cars. Any changes, any trends that you're seeing here at the show today?
Well, there's always a lot of trick applications for our batteries because you can mount them upside down and on their side. It's always amazing the different ways that people use our batteries.
Nice. I would have to think that there's a lot of myths and misconceptions when it comes to batteries. Are you fielding a lot of questions like that here at the show?
We field them nonstop, actually. One of the biggest ones that we run into is that you have to have an Optima charger for our batteries, and that is not true at all. We do make a great line of chargers, but you do not have to have them.
Interesting that people would have questions like that. It always kind of baffles me when you see that, but it's great that you guys are out here touching the consumer and answering questions like that. Are you guys announcing anything new? Is there any product specials that you're highlighting here?
We have a few things in the works, but we're not going to bring them out until later on this year. But definitely stay tuned.
Nice. Now, I've seen a lot of Optima batteries in my days. I've seen the different colored tops, but I'm always not 100% sure of what the different colors mean. Can you break that down for us?
Yeah, not a problem at all. The red tops are our starting batteries. We want to see those in something that doesn't have high electronic demands that you're going to use quite often, more of your daily driver. But our blue tops and yellow tops are our starter/deep cycles, where in the hot rod community, we would like to see the yellow tops because you might not get to drive them as much as you'd like to, or you have all the aftermarket electronics on it, and they can really withstand that constant draw and shine in those applications.
Nice. I would have to think that there's going to be a lot of guys out there that are going to think about modifying the electrical system, adding components, especially older cars. What stage do people need to think about swapping out the battery? Is this something that they need to think about, hey, right away, or is it something only if you modify it this far, or if you add a lot of 12-volt accessories? What's usually the frame of thought there?
Well, you want to get into one of our batteries sooner than later. Simple fact is that you can put it in and forget about it almost, because it is a maintenance-free battery. You don't even have to worry about the corrosion of the terminals because we're a pure product. It just lasts that much longer. Put it in and get it out of your way.
Excellent. Well, you heard it here first. Thank you very much, Adam, for the time. And remember, never let your Optima die. Well, that's a wrap from Columbus. We spoke to some helpful manufacturers and talked with some very talented builders. Now, if you just can't get enough of cars, trucks, shows, parts, and products, then keep tuning each week to REV'N News. And I invite you to follow us on Facebook and check us out on YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you next time.